What's your weakness?
It's stupid and it doesn't really have anything to do with this too much. It's something I'm working through.
Do you have problems with your temper?
No.
Or anger issues?
No, it's nothing like that. I mean, sometimes I yell. Nothing like, I wouldn't go as far as saying angry. I think it's just because I come from a family that yells at everyone.
That's how they communicate, by yelling?
I think they're just sort of desensitized to it. Like, after I moved out, I was away for a while, so when I come back to visit, it's like, you don't need to yell, I'm standing right here. Or my mom will yell at my brother, like, he's standing right there, you don't need to yell. And she's like, well, he doesn't listen if I don't yell. And the thing is, it's because he's become desensitized to her yelling, so until she yells, he's like, okay. You know, so maybe it's something like that, but not anger. And I've been able to check that a lot, my yelling, because it's not a nice way to communicate, in my opinion, and it doesn't really help anything.
So how could things go so wrong? You know, I'm not understanding. If it's not jealousy, it's not an anger problem. You said you were afraid, or you nodded at least, that you were afraid. But I'm not sure what you were afraid of. It may not be trivial to his parent or his grandmother, his brothers and sisters. And I think any information that they could have to help understand, you know, who you are and what transpired that day is going to help them. It won't bring their son back, but it will help them understand. And I don't understand why you wouldn't do that for them. Because you obviously care. I'm not asking you to make excuses for yourself, because I don't think that you're the type of person that would do that. But I'm asking you to do something for somebody else. Somebody that deserves to know. What was it about your relationship with him that went so wrong, that would end up like that? And if that wasn't your intention, then what was? You say that, you said at one point when I posed the question to you about why you wouldn't do that for the family, and you said that was a good question and you think you will.
Pretty sure I will.
Well, now's your time. This is the opportunity that I'm trying to give you.
I understand and I appreciate that.
Then what's keeping you from doing it?
I think I just need to sort through things still, because I'm just not sure. They deserve the right answers.
They deserve to know what happened. You have those answers. You may not know the why within yourself, but you have those answers. You know what happened. You can still write them a letter when you figure out within yourself, some of the questions that you're struggling with. But in the meantime, you can let them know what happened. The facts of what happened.
I don't have all the details.
What details do you have? Was he happy to see you when you got there that day? Or did he appear happy? Or was he angry that you showed up?
That whole week seems like
I'm sure it does.
Is there any way I can see some of those photos?
What would you do with them if you could see them?
Just look at them.
Do you think it would help you?
I don't know if it would help me or I don't know, maybe it would. I don't know. I just think that, I don't know.
Well, I know you can't tell me that you're not struggling in your mind, and thinking about what happened over and over and over again, at least what you can remember. You can help me understand at least what led up to it. I don't think that you're a bad person. I think things got out of control, and you don't understand why. And I don't think that you're going to feel good about yourself until you unburden yourself and give the family some closure. Because at this point, you know, what else do you have? What else do they have? What have you got to lose?
Already lost everything.
Then do something selfless. Do something selfless, that quality that you admired in Travis. Show his family that at least you have that within you.
You know, even though Travis was a real jerk sometimes, he really cared a lot about me. He called it, like if I had a reserve account, so to speak, he tried to paint a picture one where I had so many good things that we had done and shared and that I had done for him that even if I did something bad, you know, it's like making a withdrawal, but you still have a positive balance.
So he obviously saw that good within you.
His friends thought he was blind. Well, two friends in particular, not everyone.
Was he? Go ahead.
He wasn't blind though, he was just, you know, we were just friends. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
I was just going to ask you if he was happy to see you that week, that day. It looked like you're saying, yeah, he was.
Oh, I didn't see.
Okay.
He was always happy to see me though. I'm trying to think.
Were you happy to see him? You at least know that. I don't believe that you went there with the intention to hurt him. Maybe he did. How is seeing those pictures again going to help you?
I just thought maybe it would help me piece a few things together.
What is it that you're trying to piece together?
I don't know. There's also a bit of morbid curiosity, I think. I just want to see pictures of Crystals. He showed me a good picture of him yesterday.
Is it the one with him in the shower?
Yeah, he had water all over his face or something.
You took a nice picture of him.
He would never let me take pictures of him in the shower. He was, despite our intimacy, he was really private about his showers. Like he had a room. I don't think you've seen the room, but it was here. There was double doors here leading into the room, walk-in closet here, and a hallway, sort of short hall here that went this way. And there was a bathtub here, a shower here, and the bathroom here, little enclosure. And so if he was taking a shower, you couldn't see if you were in the bedroom unless you walked down the hall. And I never went in the bathroom when he would shower because he was just private about it. It's not like we were a married couple ever. We had a time when we did something, and then after that was, we weren't a couple. So.
Are you saying that those pictures were taken without his consent?
I'm just saying that whoever took those pictures must have. I mean, it's hard to imagine because I got pictures of him once shaving, and that he was already weird about that.
Well, Jodi, when you say things like that, it's obvious to me that you don't want to do the right thing for the family. You don't want to unburden yourself. You don't want to give them closure. And you're jerking my chain because there's no doubt, and I've already told you, there's no doubt in my mind or anybody else's mind that you were responsible for his death. And I don't appreciate my chain being jerked. I don't appreciate you thinking that I'm some sort of fool.
Well, the detective said he has pictures of me.
I've seen those pictures. They were taken the same day.
Well, certainly not the same time.
Within the same time frame. And to tell you the truth, I think that, I think I've done all I can here. I was hoping to, be able to relay some sort of information or message to the family. because they deserve it. And, you know, you have the power there, you have the control. You're the only one that can give that. And I'm tired of playing games. I'm tired of skirting around it. And I guess I just leave here today and leave them with the image that they have of you. I don't know what else. There's nothing else that I can do. I thought that it would be easier for you to talk to a woman, especially about the, you know, I mean, this was a very intimate incident, and it would be easier to say what you need to say to a woman. Sometimes it is. It's not as threatening. But unless you're willing to give me something to help you with, and I can help you, you know, walk down that path and remember those details, then I can't do anything for you. And you need to decide whether you're going to give that family closure or leave them with the picture that they have of you and wondering why their son died. That's it. That's the bottom line. That's what you need to decide. After today, things are going to go so fast for you. You're going to be totally out of control of the situation. The wheels of justice will start turning. And I can see that you want to do that. That's clear. I can see that. I understand that you're afraid and that you're horrified about that person within you that could do something like that. But it happened, and it's a done deal, and you did. At least you can do is tell the family how it happened so they can understand why. Are you going to do that for them today or not?
I'd like to,
Then what's holding you back?
I'd like to begin some, like, I don't know, because I don't know what to say to them.
Well, let's throw a few things out. You said you were sorry.
Yeah, but sorry seems so meaningless. Of course I'm sorry.
Unless you back it up with something else as to why you're sorry. You're right. Give them something, Jodi. I mean, did you guys get into an argument that day? Was there some sort of fight? I mean, help him understand. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, do you think you're going to get this opportunity again to sit down and just have a free-form discussion?
Oh, probably not, unless it's with the lawyers. When you say free-form, you mean like in this room?
Yeah, just exchanging, communicating. There's not going to be any situation or place that's going to make it any easier for you. This is as good as it gets for you right now.
Yesterday, Detective Flores asked me if I wanted to see those pictures, and I told him no.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that's going to help you?
I don't know.
Well, I tell you what, let me check and see if we can get you some pictures to look at.
A whole binder of stuff. Maybe they were all pictures, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of pictures. I'll be right back. Jodi, Detective Flores has the binder with those pictures, and he's not here in our office right now. But I put a call in to try and find him and get him back here. He's still in town. He's just not here. Would you rather talk to him? If you do, you know, that's fine, and I'm sure that he'd be willing to talk with you again. Or would you rather continue talking with me? It's up to you.
I don't really have a preference, I guess.
Well, we don't have unlimited time. You don't have unlimited time. we need to get you back across the street, and there's other things that we need to work on. So, the time is now to decide whether you're going to talk to me or not, and whether you're going to give the family some relief that I've talked to you about. Well, either you do or you don't. Actions speak louder than words at this point.
That was one of Travis's favorite sayings.
If you really want to do it, then do it. It's not going to benefit you or them to wait to do it. And I don't know what it is that's going on inside your head right now. I don't know whether you're weighing the odds, trying to figure out how you can save your own skin here.
Not interested in saving my skin.
Then what are you interested in?
Well, I am definitely interested in giving his family closure. I'm also interested in maybe a little bit of closure for myself. I got a flat tire on the way to his funeral and was not able to go. I was in Weed and my flight was in Sacramento, and it was early in the morning, so there were no tire places open when I missed my flight. And even if I had driven as fast as I could get there and didn't get pulled over, I still wouldn't have made it on time for his funeral.
Don't you think that it's going to make just a little bit of difference inside yourself as far as that closure goes, if you know that the family at least has something?
Yeah. If anyone deserves closure anyway, it's them, not me. But I think that's kind of why I wanted to see those pictures. I don't know if that will help or not.
I don't see how it would help. I think it would, if anything, make you more upset. I mean, you know what happened, you know how it transpired, you know the end result and what the end result looked like.
Maybe it'll help me process. I don't know.
You can at least, until you get to the point of, you're processing, the pictures and so forth, you can at least talk about the good things that happened that day and what your intentions were. Maybe you can't bear to talk about the actual act itself, but you can at least talk about the events that led up to it. Happy or sad. There had to have been some happy, because I saw all of those photos. And if you're not going to do that today with me right now, I'm just going to send you back across the street, because we've been in here for a while and I don't have, the entire day. I guess my patience are running a little thin.
I have a lot of letters to write, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I can just, everything's just all blurred up and jumbled. If I could just get some things on paper.
Do you not trust what I'm going to do with this information when you give it?
I don't know. I mean, it's not that I distrust you. But not because I don't think you're not trustworthy. It's not that.
If you give me a specific message to give to them, I promise you that I will relay it in the way that, in the context of which you put it. But I can't do it without any information, without the information that you're holding. So therefore, you know, if that's how we leave it, I'm not going to say anything to them. And they'll be left with, you know, whatever thoughts they have right now. And if you think you're feeling grief over this whole incident, think about how they feel. For once, think about somebody else. The turmoil that they're going through, that that family is going through, and every time you see a family struggling with this, they always want to know why. Why was my son's life taken? Why was my grandson's life taken?
Wants to know why.
Everybody wants to know why. And maybe you don't have that why, but you certainly have the events that led up to it, and then they can make their own decision as to why. But the time is now. You won't have another opportunity like this. This is still early. And if you want to talk to Detective Flores as opposed to me, you know, you can do that. Like I said, I thought it would be easier for you to talk to a woman who could relate to some of those feelings. But if you want to go back across the street right now, just let me know.
I kind of do want to talk to him because he has been in contact with Travis's family a lot.
Okay.
I don't know if that would make any difference, but I know that he already talks to them on a regular basis.
Yeah, and I'm sure that, you know, he has somewhat of a relationship with them. I had them put in a call, so I'll go see if he's...
Yeah, I'm not trying to stall or anything, but I've got to go to the bathroom again. Can we go?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Rachel called me and told me that you wanted to talk to me. I was just on the phone with Travis's sister, and I told her I
Which
took
sister?
Smith.
What'd she say?
She has 1,000,001 questions. More questions now than she had before. And I don't have anything to give her. Part of it because I can't give certain information yet, but the other bit is because I don't have a lot of information. I need more information. Are you doing okay?
It doesn't matter how I'm doing.
It does to me. It
Thank
does.
you, but it doesn't matter.
I've always been completely honest with you, and I wish that you could be honest with me.
What matters is how his family is doing.
They're
And
not-
of course I care about how my family's doing, just because I'm the person here that everyone thinks is the bad guy. It doesn't mean that my family has anything to do with anything, and it doesn't mean that they were responsible for anything or that they should suffer at all. And of course I feel his family, you know, I don't know them as well, or I don't even know them at all, except for his grandmother.
Yeah. You know, I told you yesterday, I've been doing this for a long time, and you're absolutely right. You know, the person's family who was hurt, they're obviously hurting. But there's a second family that hurts as well. And in this case, it's your family. Your brothers, your sister, your mom and your dad.
My grandparents.
Yeah.
I just wish they wouldn't hurt, because it would be so much easier for me. Not that I deserve to have it easy, but
I don't think you're ever going to be able to take that away from them. I think they're always going to hurt. Now, the only thing that can solve that is time.
you're right about that.
Rachel said something about you wanting to see some photos, but I don't think I can show you any more photos.
Why not?
Not just... I don't like doing that. Because something might happen to you. You might... First off, it's not something I do.
The reason I asked was because I just feel like it might help me piece some things together. And this is more of a selfish reason. I think it might give me some sense of closure. I know it's kind of morbid. I don't even think I really deserve closure. His family does, but I wasn't able to attend his funeral. And it's just, I don't know, that's just why. Mostly.
What is it you want to know about the photos? Do you want to see the room? Do you want to see the bathroom, or do you want to see him? Or is it the photos before it happened that you want to see?
I think the photos of after everything.
I won't show you those. I won't, and not in good conscience. I can't do that.
Is there any that you can?
No. I can't do that.
the ones that before. I mean, I've seen plenty of those kinds of photos.
If you want, I can describe stuff for you,
Okay.
because I was there. And those photos will never leave my head. I'm sure they'll never leave yours either. And one thing you gotta remember is that by the time he was found, the images that you saw were different than the ones that I saw. Things change over time. His body changes after time. We had a difficult time identifying who he was by the time we got there. He wasn't the same person. So that's why I don't want to show you photos.
What about photos of just the room with him not in it? I don't know. Maybe it's
I don't have him with me here, but as soon as I get a hold of him, another detective has him right now. What is it you can tell me about that day?
really not much. Everything's kind of blurry.
Was he expecting you to show up that day?
He wanted me to come.
But you didn't want to?
I told him I was going to Utah.
Why did you decide to go then?
I didn't really. I was going to Utah.
You can leave it off.
Well, this one has a full battery.
You can leave it off. Just me and you.
I know that you talked to his family and
Every day. They can't believe it. I called them yesterday and told them. They just can't believe it.
who did you talk to?
Talked to his brother Stephen first. And Samantha, I left her a message. She was off on vacation. And his other two brothers, was it Gary? And I didn't talk to the other brother, Gary, I talked to.
Mike, that's his uncle.
Yeah, he was going to call his other brother and his other sister. And I was planning on calling his aunt. She lives back in the Midwest today.
Which aunt?
I can't remember her name.
Renee?
No. It's another aunt.
Did you talk to his grandmother?
No. Stephen said he was going to take care of that. And if she had any questions, that she could give me a call. And she's been so upset that she hasn't been able to call me yet. Is there something that you want me to tell them?
The things that keep coming to my mind wouldn't help them at all. Wouldn't comfort them. It wouldn't just be cliched, meaningless words.
I'll let you decide what to say. And I'll relay it exactly how you want me to.
I have an unrelated question real quick.
Sure.
And it's not, Detective Blaney said that she doesn't like me asking them because it makes me look like I'm concerned about trivial things, but I'm only asking because it concerns other people that I care about, and
It's understandable.
I just, if I could just know so I could tell them if I ever talk to them again or relay a message or call them. On last Friday I had a wedding, and
Just the camera?
yeah, and the only place that those photos are on my external drive and on the camera card. And
It'll be a while before we get those back.
okay, but if they can just get to the right person, because that's the only thing they have for their wedding.
I'll be absolutely positive to give those to the right people.
I was gonna
You
edit
can
them
be
and
assured.
make them look really nice, but he's
You know,
do
they
it.
can probably take them and edit the pictures, but who are those two people
Oh,
those pictures belong to?
Brian Neiman
Okay,
is his name.
alright. Yeah, talking to your mom, I think she mentioned something about that.
And also on my external drive as well, maybe my computer and hard drive too, there were pictures of my little sister and I, and for whatever reason she's in some kind of rehab program right now.
New photos?
Yeah, well, pretty recent ones that she had of her prom night and of her and I that we were just goofing off. So they're her and I together, and my mom was gonna send those, and also my little brother. She was gonna send some of those, and even if she doesn't send them, she wants them. So I mean, I kind of took them for her, so they sort of
I
belong to her.
understand. I mean, you're worried about other people right now.
And
But you also need to understand that these people, right now, that stuff is not important to them.
I know.
So, I mean, that's
Well,
good of you. I mean,
I
you're
mean-
thinking of them, but they're not thinking about pictures. They're not thinking about stuff like that.
Well,
They're worried about you.
Eventually, they're gonna want those. I know that
I know.
she would want those. And did you also take my journals?
Yes,
All 3 of them?
all of them.
Are you gonna keep that forever?
No. I'd like to return them to you someday.
I just, well, I'm probably not gonna get anything back ever, but I know that my mom made a mention of saying that she likes the way I write and she's always wanting to know my business. So, I mean, that
That's
would be.
something you want me to give to her?
I wouldn't mind if you did. It's something I wouldn't want her to read otherwise, but in this circumstance, I think she deserves to have every piece of me that she can, because she's not getting any more.
You're still here with us. Not going anywhere.
Going somewhere.
Not anytime soon. I'll still be able to talk to your family. They can talk to you, and they'll be able to visit you.
Do you know what happened to my cash? I heard you can put cash on the books there, so they, or on my book or whatever it's called, so that I can get a few things that I might need in there. I don't know what it would be, but
I don't know about the situation here, but once everything gets transferred over to Phoenix, it's a different story.
so I might not see that again.
No, any cash that was there is yours. Like if you had cash in your purse, that's your money.
I also had cash in my safe.
I don't think they took any of that. I know there was mention that there was some cash that they saw and they just documented it and left it.
Anyway, I mean, no, that's not important.
No, it's
I'm
important.
just-
It's important to you, and I understand that. I mean, there's things that I would think of if I was in your situation. I'd want to take care of the people who love me and that I love, and want to make sure that everything was set. Because certain things you're not going to be able to do anymore.
Like hug my family.
No, you'll be able to.
When they come visit, it's like behind a glass, you know?
No, it's not.
It isn't
Mhm.
here.
No, in Arizona.
And they're not gonna come to Arizona.
I guarantee you they'll come to Arizona and see you.
When I moved away, they never came to see me. I was gone for 10 years.
my understanding some of that was because of you.
I had a house with a free bedroom and a bed and a pool and everything you could want, and they never came to visit me once. It's my first home. I'm sorry, this is all stupid and it's irrelevant. I'm just saying they're not going to come to Arizona, and they shouldn't have to come to Arizona. And I don't think I want them to, anyway. So yeah, when you say there are certain things that I won't do anymore, I know that's really sinking in quite a bit.
You don't think your sister or your brothers will come visit you?
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Of course they will. You don't think your mom will come visit you? She will. Who do you think is worrying about you more right now? I think your mom and dad are worried more than anything.
I know my dad went to the hospital yesterday because he was having a panic attack.
Yeah.
And he gets these things where they just can't get his heart rate down. And it's not, I mean, I haven't really been the cause of any of that prior. It's just happened. But yesterday I had everything to do with it. It doesn't even matter. I mean, he's had a long life. Every breath he takes right now is because of modern technology. So it's bought him a lot of time, but I'm so sorry for Travis's family.
Well, they're asking for answers. What can you give me? What do you want me to tell them? I will tell them anything that you want me to. And it's not gonna solve anything for them. It's not gonna fill that void of curiosity, but I think at least it'll be a start. What is it you want to say? I will call her as soon as I'm done talking to you.
One thing you could say, and this has nothing to do with his death, but it's something they may want to see. 2 nights ago, it took me 5.5 hours, but I posted a 45-minute video on YouTube of him doing a training in San Bernardino.
Where did you post that?
On YouTube. If you go to YouTube, it takes some time, a couple hours to actually get it up, and once it's they have to go through some processing thing. But if you type in Travis Alexander space systems training, so systems '(S) training, it should come up.
What is it?
Travis Alexander, and then a dash. There's like a space and a dash.